Hello. Hi. How are you guys doing today? Are you doing good? Okay. If you are doing good, let me see your happy face. Let me see your happy face. Let me see your smiley face. Happy, smiley face. Let me see your happy face and let me see your smiley face. You can see my happy face and my smiley face. So I want to see yours too. Okay. It's good to be with you again today. Thank you again for being here with me in this second time with Ms Basilia. So today I have a book. If you remember, last time we read this book, but we did not complete it. We said because it has so many pages, and we said we are going to continue. So today we are continuing from where we stopped. This book is book of, sometimes you ask, why does this happen? Why is that happen? Why is that happening? Why is it happening this way? So this book has some of the answers, and the name of the book is National Geographic Little Kids First Big Book of Why. Of why. Okay? You can see over here you have a floating balloon. You have a little girl putting on glasses. Over here you have some big animals, and you have a flower and a seed, and you have the foot, and you have a donut, you have an airplane flying, and you have a tree, a broccoli, and sometimes you have bubbles. So a book of whys. Okay, let's turn to this page. Let's see where we stopped last time. Yeah, it says here, why do boats float? Why are the boats not sinking? Because they are heavy. And the answer says boats float because as they push their weight on the water pushes back. They push their weight, the water pushes back. And the shape of the boat helps the water push back with enough force to hold the boat up. Next time you go for a swim, see how your body works in the water. If you lie flat on the water, it is easier to float. If you hug your knees and ball up, you will sink. So, what do you do? When you go to water, you lay flat and you are not going to sink. That's what it's telling us. Okay? So, over here, you can see a big boat. And that big boat is called a ship. You see the big boat? It's called a ship. It's not floating. It's floating. It's not sinking. Okay? So we go to the next page. You now know why boats don't sink. Okay, let's go to the next page that will interest you. And this page says birds. Birds fly where? They fly in the air. Do they fly? Do they fly on the road? No, they fly up in the air. Birds have beaks. You know what beaks are? Birds have beaks, long mouth. Their mouth is called a beak, and it's always long. They have beaks to eat with, like we have mouths. You see? The beaks are their mouths, and that's what they used to eat, like we too. Do you want to know why they're having for dinner? You want to know what they're having for dinner? Look at their beak to find out. If you look over here, let me get my pointer. If you look over here, you see a fish. A fish. This bird, its food is fish. And over here, you have a vulture. They like to eat meat. They are meat-eating birds, but they like their meat already dead. They like dead meat. They like to eat the meat of dead animals. Their beaks are not as strong as other meat-eating birds because they have to hunt. They also don't have feathers on their head. Eating dead meat is messy. A skinhead helps them to stay clean. Then we come to the eagles. Eagles are meat-eating birds. Look at the eagle. Eagles are meat-eating birds. They have strong, sharp, hooked beak for ripping meat. When they see meat, they go, they use their beak to rip it apart and eat. Herons are stubborn fishers. They appear their dinner with long beak. They spare their dinner with long beak. You can see them here. You see the long beak? If you look at the mouth, you see something it has in the mouth. That's the food it's having for dinner. And we have the cardinals. These ones like to eat seeds. Their thick triangle-shaped beak are like nutcrackers. Look over there, you will see the nut it has in its mouth. There's a nut in its mouth. That's what it likes to eat. The cardinals like to eat nuts. The hummingbirds, oh, look at that one. The beak is on the flower. It likes to eat the flower nectar. They have long, thin beaks that act like straw. The beak of a sword-billed hummingbird is longer than its body. You can see the beak is so long. It's longer than its beard. It's longer than the whole body. Look at the woodpecker. The woodpecker. These woodpeckers eat insects. They have strong, pointed, jabbing beaks for poking holes to uncover insects. They're always on the trees, using their beak to dig through the trees to find insects. Okay, okay, look over here. What do you see? What do you see? You see the striped animals. We see the tiger. The tigers, they hunt alone. Their stripes hide them so they can't sneak up on prey. You see them, they are brown, so they can hide in the grass. And their they have striped body. Their body is striped, and it's black and brown. Over here, we see the zebras. The zebras, their stripes is white and black. They live together in herds. Sometimes there are thousands of zebras in a herd. It is hard for a predator to see just one to chase. Their stripes make them blur together. You can see that. Okay. So you see over here a big blue whale. Big blue whale. Why are some animals so big like the whale? The blue whale is so big. Blue whales have deep voices. They, their voice is very deep. Their sound travels thousands of miles underwater. When they are here, and you can hear them thousands of miles away if you are inside the water. They are the largest animals, travel thousands of miles each year. They travel in the sea thousands of miles every year. And over here, why do snakes shed their skin? Sometimes you can see the skin of a snake, but you won't see the snake, which means it removes the skin. And why? Because as they grow bigger and bigger, the skin becomes so tight, they won't feel comfortable in their skin, and they start to tear. And that's why they shed off their skins. Snakes grow as they age, but their skins does not grow. When it gets too tight, a snake's skin splits and comes off. Sometimes snakes have to rub themselves on a rock or logs to get it all off. Sometimes it comes off all in one piece. Okay? That's why snakes shed their skin. Over here, you can see a cow. Moo. It says, why do cows make milk? You know that the milks we drink are from the cow. Most of the milks come from the cow. And it says, why do cows make milk? Cows are mammals. They make milk to feed their calves. Calves are the baby cows. So they have to make milk to feed their babies, just like mommy makes milk to feed a baby. Different cows make different kinds of milk. They can be creamier or different color. So cow milk can come in different colors and they can be creamier. Okay? So let's go to the next page. It says, why does the wind blow? Why does the wind blow? That's the question. During the day, the sun heats up our planet. Land heats faster than water. The air above land is warmed. At night, the land loses heat faster than water. The air above land cools. Warm air is lighter than cold air. All this heating and cooling swishes the air around our planet. It is constantly moving. We call that movement wind. Sometimes the land heats up. It heats up faster than water. And in the night, it cools. But the heat in the water does not cool as faster as land. And all this movement up, down, constantly moving is what we call the wind. Over here it says, why does seed grow up? We have seeds. We like to eat apple. Apple have seeds. We like watermelon. Watermelon has seeds. We like to eat oranges. Oranges have seeds. And all these seeds, we have to plant them to grow so that they can produce more fruits for us. So even strawberries, they have seeds. So when a seed sprouts, it pops a shoot. Look over here. Over here is planting a seed in the soil. Now over here, first he puts soil in a pot, then he drops a seed, and the seed sprouts after adding water. And over here, you see the seed that sprouts. she's holding the seed. And once it sprouts, it starts growing. So that's how the seed grows. So when it grows, it becomes a tree and it bears fruits. And we eat the fruits and the seeds. We plant the seeds again and it starts growing. That's why the seeds grows. That's why if we don't plant, if we just eat the seeds and if we eat the seeds, there won't be any seed to plant. And after some time, the trees will die off and we won't have any fruits again to eat. So we must not eat the the seeds. And sometimes if we eat the seeds, we can be choked. It won't pass through our throat and we are going to choke and we have to be rushed to the hospital, and we don't want that. So we should not eat the seeds. Okay? And that's where we'll stop for today. Then we are going to count how the seeds are planted. First, we put a soil in a pot. Then we add the seeds. That's number 2. Then we add water. Water helps the seed to grow. Then the seed sprouts. That's 1, 2, 3, 4. First, we put the we put sand in a pot. Then we add water. Then we add seed. And then after some days, it will sprout. That's 1, 2, 3, 4. So you see, you have known why cows make milk. You know why sheep or boats do not sink. You know why zebras and tigers have stripes. And you have known so many things from this book. So next time, we are going to continue to read the last part of this book. You also learned why some animals have long beak. They use that to hunt for their food, to eat their food. Their beak is their mouth. Just as we have our own mouth we use to eat, they also use their beak to eat. And that brings us to the end of today's Circle Time. I'll see you tomorrow in my next video. So, bye, and please subscribe and follow me on YouTube and